Don, you and I were talking about this earlier today, that this could have been an early call, or we could have been...
20 minutes is a long time to keep us in suspense in Alberta. You lasted until 29 minutes. Congratulations. Yeah, it's when these majorities in sight, it comes pretty quickly. And you know, we were worried about the advance poll and some of the polling that was cast outside of people's ridings. It doesn't look like that's going to be a factor at all tonight. So Jason Kenney's on his way to doing battle with Justin Trudeau, and I'm sure in Ottawa there's some pretty nervous faces going on. Look what we got in another province, another enemy combatant to deal with. It's not something they're looking forward to.
Well, and Gary, it's funny, it seems when Alberta votes and Alberta swings, we swing hard. We don't, I mean, we've never had a minority government in this province, and we go big either direction, it seems.
I mean, Laurie can certainly talk about that, but in the province of Alberta, you know, the Liberal Party was in place from, 1905 to 1921. The UFA was in for many years. The Social Credit came in 1935 until 1971. The Progressive Conservatives from 1971 till 2015. And one might look at the decision that was made in 2015 and say that might have been an aberration from the normal voting patterns of the province of Alberta.
What did Rachel Notley do wrong, Laurie? What would you say?
Well, considering she actually grew her vote totals by the looks of things in the polls and so forth, there was a lot she had to do that was very difficult to do with a tough economy. Probably a lot of people would have liked to seen her focus on issues a little bit more, but the reality is that the approach that she did take did affect the popularity numbers for Jason Kenney. Hers grew. The Ipsos poll on Monday said that she would be the best premier, most integrity, that sort of thing. So, I mean, she did a lot of things right. This was a tough thing to do. She, the biggest issues in 2015 were were healthcare, education, and so forth, issues that she has always polled well on, and that women generally poll well on. The biggest issue here was the economy. She's the incumbent. She's dealing with a record that's very difficult to defend. So, I mean, looking at the numbers, just in terms of the support of the voters that she had, she did reasonably well on those counts. But I mean, there are going to be a lot of challenges going forward. The UCP has a very, very, very tough job ahead of them, because the economy isn't going to be something that can be remedied instantaneously. And Jason Kenney has basically got his war room and is a plan of attack. The positive bit is to try to get more positive information out to the world about the energy efficiencies and so forth in the oil industry. And I think that's a good thing to do. It's been done before by Ed Stelmach. The challenging thing is that there will be divisions within the party. We see this with conservative parties generally. We've already seen them during the election campaign. The other thing, we'll see what the numbers turn out like, but whatever the NDP numbers turn out to be, we're going to have an opposition that has experience in government. So this is going to look a little different than what we've seen in past elections. It's not just a matter of one party taking over and decimating another party. Things might start to look a little bit more in Alberta like they do in the rest of the country.
And if you look at those numbers across the bottom of the screen, David Swan, I mean, we're seeing the NDP leading or elected in 24 ridings. So you are going to have an opposition that is experienced, and you have people who had experience in cabinet as well, which will make for a stronger opposition.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Albertans need. I was fantasizing about a minority government. I thought that would be excellent for Alberta. They want to see honest debate, policy issues reflecting Albertans' interests, and I think we would all welcome a strong opposition in Alberta. That brings out the best in government.
In 2015, there was a lot of talk about the bozo eruptions that really is what did the Conservatives in. There certainly were some conflicts and controversies this time around. Why did they not stick to Jason Kenney, and why did they not stick to the UCP?
Well, this is a one-issue campaign, if I might speak as somebody. It's about the economy and / pipelines. Nothing else seemed to resonate. Not the scandal over the leadership vote. None of the candidates, the ones that got kicked out and the ones that are still on the ticket, seem to matter to voters. Their single-minded fixation is we got to get our jobs back, and we got to get that pipeline built, because Alberta is suffering and the rest of Canada doesn't seem to care. And so that message is going to go out loud and clear tonight. And they've hired Jason Kenney to be their spokesperson on the federal scene, and not to be play nice guy. They're telling him to put on the brass knuckles and go at Justin Trudeau and the federal Liberals.